All right, so welcome to this brief tutorial on getting proposals and agreements and contracts signed by your clients within GoHighLevel. So in the past, people would use one system to manage their CRM, another system to manage their marketing or their email, and then they'll use another system like Dropbox Sign, Hello Sign, there are a ton of others where you have the ability to send a contract so that it could be digitally signed. But what a lot of folks don't know is that you can actually do this inside of GoHighLevel, and all of this can support your client engagement without you having to use different tools. All right, so let's jump in here because I know that this is exactly what you want to see. So inside of GoHighLevel, under the Payments tab, this is where you have the ability to send out invoices. You could send subscriptions, payment links, and stuff like that, product pages. But one thing that I've seen is underutilized is under documents here. This is where you could upload different documents and contracts. You could even have a template for this as well. Now, what I normally do with a lot of my clients is I actually draft the contract inside of I'll draft an agreement inside of Claude. I'll bring that into like Google Docs. I'll make some modifications and then I save it as a PDF. All right, so I'm going to show you what this looks like here in a second. That PDF has certain areas where, both parties are signing, and that is what you're doing here. So before I continue, I also want to say this too. If you are a service provider and you're not getting people to sign contracts, I think you're losing out on a lot of money. And I think that you're also positioning yourself to not be taken seriously as much as you should be. Okay. Get people to sign. All right. Get people to sign stuff. It subconsciously gets them to sort of commit to taking that next step. I know a lot of folks, they like to wait on invoices being paid. Yes, invoices will be paid, but get those contracts signed first. All right. So under contracts here, if you want to create a new digital signature request here, you would go to new. And then again, in my case, I have a PDF that I create. You can actually create a full proposal and contract directly inside of GoHighLevel. I'm not going to go through that in this tutorial simply because I've observed that a lot of folks are automatically drafting contracts and agreements inside of AI now. So let's just upload PDFs for right now. So upload existing PDF, and then a screen's going to pop up where you could either drag a file in here, or you could just click anywhere in here and you could select what agreement you want to upload. So I have this proposal agreement, this sample proposal agreement. So I have it uploaded here, and I'm going to click upload. Now, if you want to upload multiple files, you can. I just put everything in one file. So after it is uploaded, it's going to redirect you to this builder here. So you're going to see exactly what you're presenting or what you're proposing a signature be captured for. And you have full control over what areas they're signing, they're initialing, what selections they're making. So as I scroll down here, and don't pay too much attention to the sample verbiage. Again, this is just something I generated just for this demonstration. I normally, with every agreement, I outline exactly what I'm going to be providing. I give some information on my business, and then I give a couple options. All right. So here I have a couple different, sections for deliverables, what the investment is, how much it's going to cost, terms and agreements. And then of course you have the signature area. This is where, people are signing. Now, the first thing is that you can add multiple people to sign, right? So if I click on add new client, this is where I could essentially input the name of who I want to have signed this agreement. So I'm going to name this person Sally Smith, whatever. Sally Smith at gmail.com, whatever, right? So I'm going to hit save. Now, it is really important that you include an email address, because when you're sending this for digital signature, it's going to send to that email address. All right. So Sally is going to be one signer. Now, another signer can be you, the owner of this actual account, right? So when I come up here in the menu bar, this is where I can add additional pages. I can input different document variables. So if there's information that I know about a particular client, I could input that into the document, such as their address. I could pre-populate their phone number. I could input maybe a selection that they made, something that you know about them. You could input that into the document, and you could also add additional content as well, like images and stuff like that. And then you could have different payment settings. So if this is tied to, say, an invoice, you can connect that directly here as well. Now, for this demonstration, I'm just going to add a couple fields here. For one, I need my client to sign, right? So I'm going to drag this little signature in to the document, and I'm going to adjust it a little bit. I'm going to say, well, let me make it a little bit smaller, and I want it to fit this document here, right? Perfect. Now, the other thing that I'm going to add is the date. So when this was signed, all right? So I'm going to drag this down here. So now, when they're sent this, they're going to have technically, they're going to have one field that they have to sign, and then the date is going to just pre-populate itself. So now, normally, whenever I send out agreements, I also have an area where I sign as well. Now, when I send the agreement, I sort of automatically sign it, right? So I don't need to send it to myself to sign, but in order to get your own signature, it's like from you could come up here and you could just click your actual signature here, and it's going to pre-populate all of your information. Now, same thing with the date. I'm going to add my date. This is going to be the date when I am actually signing this. Or so here's what happens, right? Let me select myself here. When you go to sign this, it's going to automatically have the date, that date when you're signing it. If you want to select another date, you can, right? It's essentially automatically the date that you're signing, but there are some cases where someone might want to add a different date. Now, the other thing that you can do that I use pretty often is if there's like multiple deliverables, or if there's like multiple options somewhere inside of the proposal, I'll also add, say, a checkbox or initials. So I would say, hey, I want you to initial this area here just to show that you understand when we're going to be commencing this, when we're going to be doing this, when we're going to be doing that, right? So again, what I wanted to showcase in this brief overview here, this tutorial, is that you could do all of this inside of GoHighLevel. You could save it. You could also directly send it to your client. Under the settings, you also have the ability to create like a redirection to a custom URL. So like, let's say after someone's signed something, let's say you want to direct them to a page where you have a video and you're congratulating them on entering into the program or accepting an offer or something like that. You could create a page inside of GoHighLevel, record a video, and then just embed that into a landing page, and then now you could redirect them to another page right after they sign. So that's, again, it adds a really nice touch. The experience that they get inside of the tool is also really good. Now, one last thing that I want to show that I think is really important when you're sending out agreements is the order of people signing, right? So if you click on recipients up here, this is going to bring you back to like everybody that's going to be involved in this proposal agreement, right? So if you click on set signing order, this is where you could actually sequence who's receiving the agreement first, who should sign first, who should sign second. So this is really valuable if you're sending it out to like multiple people. If you are one of the signers, you are automatically going to sign it today or whenever. But if you have multiple people, you could adjust the signing order here. So this is really good. Again, the purpose of this is to just make you aware that you have the ability to do this stuff inside of GoHighLevel. You could run your entire digital business inside of GoHighLevel. If you have any questions about this stuff, hit me up. One, I would love for you to like and subscribe because I definitely need the support, especially at this point. I'm going to be dropping a ton of tips, resources, and tools here. And if you want a free trial for the next 14 days, somewhere below this video, you're gonna see a link to hop in. If you use my affiliate link, you will gain access to a ton of other resources. All right, so that's the first option. You can join directly from my affiliate link. The second way to join is through my Amplified OS. That is where I have the opportunity to sort of customize it to your needs. So if you have any questions, again, do not hesitate to hit me up. There's 2 links down in the description, and I'll see you on the inside. All right, peace.